on the old patch. So we're going to be coming into the new patch. This is their first series now with SRF and the new patch, as he has come in and taken the place of Irving. So it may be. It doesn't feel like the fix needed to change the outcome for this team. It feels more like a band-aid pick. It's I don't know if SRF's really going to be the game changer.
Yeah, you never know. Like roster changes either. I mean, it sounds stupid, but either they work or they don't.
Yeah.
Chemistry is a thing. Well, the biggest thing really is chemistry.
Mhm.
And yeah, if they can gel well together, they'll do well. If they can't, they probably won't. But VG has like more problems than just, like their roster. But we'll get into that once we get into the draft.
Yeah, we're going to take a look here. RNG Vici game number 1 draft coming at you live. It's the IO ban and a first ban of Kunkka coming out from Vici.
Yeah, I mean, RNG does like the Kunkka. They first faced it the last time they played.
5 seconds remaining.
But yeah, VG, they're predictable in their draft most of the time. We like it when they play different stuff, and they always do really well when they play different stuff, but then they always resort back to the same after they've been successful with something like different, which is something that's strange. They definitely have the skill they need to be a top contender. I really don't know what they're lacking and why they're lacking it. They got good coaching, they got good players. On paper, they have everything they need.
Yeah, on paper and putting into practice are two different things, though.
Yeah. Just like my papers, right? I got my grade certificate from high school still, but I probably forgot 99% of what I did there.
Sure.
Paper power. So tiny burnout, IO burnout. Yeah, seems to become a staple now.
And there's the Weaver first pick. It seems as though that just Weaver's been a staple for Vici. Erica, again, not really getting too far out of his comfort zone.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. His hero pool has been remaining. I don't know if it's like, not very big or if they just use the same heroes over and over, but he's definitely been like on probably 3 heroes most of the time.
First pick on the Snapfire.
Give me just a second. You got this for a little bit, right?
Sure. Yeah, sure. So Snapfire getting picked up here. We'll see what the 1-2 combo is from RNG. As now they go into the Bane. So it feels like a support duo that's coming out for them. I guess just the question becomes whether or not we're going to see Snapfire get played the way Aster played it. That was obviously before the patch where Snapfire was being played mid for Ori. That was during the finals of the Chinese region, which was honestly a bit of misstep, it felt like, as the Snapfire mid never really panned out to anything right. In particular.
I'm back. Sorry, that was a strange light. I was making sure I'm not getting invaded by aliens or something. I hate weird lights at nighttime, man. It's just creepy.
It's dark over there for you, isn't it? Like 9,
10 p.m. soonish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can always hear production in my ear. Turn on the light. Okay, sorry, man.
And here's the Pango, which didn't really get nerfed that much.
It got buffed, if anything, really.
Yeah.
I'll never get behind that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. They ban Bloodseeker straight away just to protect the Pango. It's pretty good against Weaver too. So they're keeping the option open of also putting the Weaver on a 1, which they're very successful with.
10 seconds remaining.
I generally don't like it when 2 supports are picked up first phase. Makes the rest of the draft a little bit more predictable.
Ban the Bloodseeker. No surprise.
Yeah. What is RNG gonna ban though? Maybe the silencer to protect the Bane and the Snapfire. They've had some problems in the past against Nyx Assassin.
Vici
Or
Gaming's turn to ban.
Puck. Alright, sure, why not? It's a very strong hero. Could also indicate that they want to pick like a Quap for summoners, perhaps. Or in general, like banning Puck when the enemy has no great lockdown, at least like no reliable
10
lockdown
seconds
for a while.
remaining.
Yeah.
It's really good to ban Puck because you can pick these blinkers, right? Like it's
5
anti-mage,
seconds remaining.
PAs, Quaps,
Radiant team ban.
no more Quap. These anti-mages, these PAs.
Anti-mage, PA, Quap.
Do we have more
What else?
blinkers? Storm, I guess, kind of counts.
More mobility than Blink, I
10
guess.
seconds remaining. Turn
Yeah.
to ban.
But it counts, right?
Sure.
Anything else? No. Oh, by the way, Meepo got massively buffed. So I have never seen a China team really pick up Meepo though, so
10 seconds
I
remaining.
don't think it's really gonna happen. But in the other regions,
5
be on the lookout.
seconds remaining.
Meepo is strong now.
We're gonna see Weeha back in the mix.
Weeha, Abed, some SEA teams probably as well. Taking their sweet time in the last ban.
Yeah.
It really feels like a lot of teams are not like super prepared for the first and second phase just yet. Probably because of a new patch. Discussing, oh my god, what could they be doing? Is it going to be the legendary offlane Chen?
Do you want an offlane Chen?
I think it can work with Helm of the Overlord. I don't know how
Radiant
desirable it
team
is,
ban.
but it can work. Oh, so PA is gone. Now we only have 2 blinkers left. Storm and AM. And they're both still pickable.
Radiant team pick. Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
Yay, Death Prophet getting banned,
I guess
Ember getting
counts
picked up.
too.
He does have that mobility.
Yeah, we forgot about Ember actually. He has this weird not blink too.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Huh. Now you gotta pick something that has at least some sort of, stun, some lockdown. Maybe Disruptor. Sounds pretty good against Pango, with Pango and Weaver.
Anything to get that static storm and get that sound, so maybe control them a little bit more.
Yeah. Disruptor. And you probably want to pick your mid. Disruptor Storm or something. Oracle.
And Oracle, who did get that new Ags.
Yeah, it's so hard to get into though. Especially as a support. I mean, it's good against Ember. You can purchase the shield. It's good against Bane. You can cancel the grip.
And now let's track. So, tower presence against illusion heroes.
Yeah, it's a pretty old school combo. Oracle Lash. I mean, just make sure the Lash doesn't die. He runs in, deals a ton of damage. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Same reason why Oracle and DP is so strong. But the anti-mage looks insanely good right now as well. Because he brings an end to magic. Come on, RNG, do it. Don't think so much. You know you want it. You know God King wants it.
Ricky.
What?
Ricky. Okay. Well, we talked about God King experimenting. Doesn't necessarily mean this is God King's hero, but I would assume it is.
I hope it's offlane.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
If that's not offlane, they have like no winning condition. Like, if you want to run Ricky, you need to pick like an offlane Prophet or something. This pick is really confusing to me. It's good against Oracle, sure,
Vici
against Pango
Gaming's
Weaver, yeah.
turn to bat.
Once you get to Diffu, but you just don't have this like scaling, you know? You make like 1-2 mistakes and the game is just over suddenly.
I mean, his strength gain got increased. Smokescreen mana cost got rescaled. His blink strike now slows enemies by 100%.
Remaining.
Yeah. The Blink Strike throw is
5
pretty
seconds
awesome,
remaining.
especially early on. What do you want to pick here as VG? Do you just put the Weaver as a carry?
Radiant
That's what I
team
kind of assumed it would be.
Weaver carry is a little bit susceptible to Ricky, though. But if you want to do that... no. Never mind.
10 seconds remaining.
They need another support. I still think
5
Disruptor is quite
seconds
good
remaining.
against Ricky as well. I'm just looking through the hero pool.
Vici Gaming's turn to
Can't
pick.
find amazing... I mean, no support is really amazing against Ricky. It's the thing.
He just has to have a clean start. Otherwise, like you said, it goes downhill pretty quickly.
Yeah.
10 seconds
So-
remaining.
Carries that are viable. If they want
5
to carry,
seconds
Phantom Lance is
remaining.
good. Any Elo hero is pretty good against Ricky.
Radiant
Naga
team
Siren again.
pick.
Or Wraith King. VG always does this.
Yeah. I'm not
Every time
a
there's a
big fan
question
of it.
between heroes, it's Wraith King.
10
And now
seconds
Anti-Mage looks even
remaining.
better.
Forces him to get a
5
shard.
seconds remaining.
It would
Yep.
put Ricky in the off lane. I just don't see them going for it.
Yeah, it's not really. Ricky's not really a chalice here, is it?
It could
But
be. I don't really know. You play it differently, right?
What did you pick offlane now that gives you like a winning? Because right now you have 0 building damage. That's why I said Nature's Prophet. Tidehunter could work maybe with a shard. What else? Partner? Partner looks decent.
Second time we've kind of talked about Pugna, but I don't know if we're really going to see it here.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit unexplored because it's actually insanely strong now. You know his W? You can cast while life draining. That's a super big buff. But also his W just has no cast animation anymore. It's just instant.
Bristleback. Okay.
I mean, that ticks the tower hitting... Oh, it's a mid-bristle. Carry Ember. What the heck?
And it's an off-lane Ricky.
Yeah, I expected the offlane Ricky, but not with Bristle mid.
So it does end up that we see the experimentation come out. The experimentation coming out here for Royal Never Give Up.
Yeah, the Ricky can be super good or it can just be awful, right? That's the problem with Ricky.
Mhm.
It's very inconsistent. If you have a good landing phase, you get into the fast diffusal, you'll make life hell for these supports, even the Pangoli as well. But if you get shut down on lane, you're against Wraith King, Oracle. It's not an easy lane.
Seems like the
yeah,
kind of lane
it's-
that you're going to die to Purifying Flames a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. Wraith King stun. You can't blink strike when you're rooted.
I will
Previous
say,
match, he played
previous
Primal
match,
Beast.
he played Primal Beast. I was going to say, he also has a decent win rate with the Ricky, at least in his pubs.
Yeah, but
We'll see
Ricky's
how
a
it
pub
is in pro
stomper, though.
games. Yeah, it does feel like Ricky is a pub stomper a little bit, and we are going to get into this first game of this second elimination match.
Prepare
This
for
time
battle.
against of RNG and Vici. Or with RNG and VG.
Yeah.
VG.
Let's see what you got, VG. You had about 1.5 days worth of practice. Hope you make good use of it. Wait. He started with a magic stick on Rave King. Is he expected to play against Bristleback? Or what?
Maybe?
But they know it's middle.
Are they going to move the Bristle mid? I mean the Wraith King mid?
No, Lash has won too. Huh, I don't know. Anyway, the lanes look not that easy, honestly, for RNG. Even that Ember lane doesn't look super easy. What do you have? Ricky, Snapfire? Potentially strong lane, if you can snowball it. It all depends on the early game. How impactful will Ricky be?
Early
What is his diffusal timing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like minute 12, minute 13 would be perfect. Any earlier than that is absurd, and much later than that, and he won't really be impactful.
They get 3 bounty runes on the side of Vici.
Yeah. Let's talk item builds. So I'm expecting Ember to go into Desolator at some point. He'll be supporting Somnus' damage. As he's going to be hitting hard with that minus armor. But Bristol can't really go for like a Desolator or something himself. So he loves it when other heroes can play it for him.
Do you grab the early shard if you're Somnus, get that extra hairball, and try to work with that?
It depends on his item build. If he goes for the magic one, like where you just go for spell lifesteal, then yes. If you go for the right click version, then no. I'm expecting the right click version because he's the only tower damage I have.
I definitely think if you do end up going for the second Roche, so when the time comes, maybe he can be the one who picks up the shard there too. I know Sleeping Dart feels like it could be the move with the shard, I guess, and we've also seen Embers pick it up quite a bit. But having just the extra goo and quills feels like it could be really strong.
It is. It adds a lot of damage. Like I said, like the spell lifesteal is pretty important for that. Oh, Erika dropping pretty damn low.
He has found his struggles with this Wraith King throughout the entirety of the year so far. And I'm kind of wondering if it's going to keep up that way, because we saw Vici just fall back into Erika playing the Wraith King so many times throughout the season.
Every time.
And it just felt so problematic.
Oh, pure flying flames burst coming through though. Yeah, they're gonna be really careful here. Once Oracle is level 3, that's a ton of burst damage. Together with that Wraith King stun too.
Eighth Fire Blast. Ricky going into the tricks of the trade. Interested to definitely see how this matchup is going to be, and Victoria will pick up the salve, so they do have that healing if need be.
I gotta say, Chalice doesn't strike me as like a Ricky player.
Searing Chains out, Swashbuckle forward onto God King. And salves into the trees. Yeah. I'm interested to see what he wants to do. He wants to go Orb of Corrosion, which is something we saw from Emo on that Ember in his game. So is that more or so the build here for a safe lane Ember?
Nah, you won't see Vanguard mana boots like ever again, I think. Not in the pro game at least. It's so awkward. And when we saw it didn't work out at all, right? Basically just his PL carried him. But I do think he's gonna go into the Corrosion, probably Phase Boots after, and then Desolator, perhaps? Or Maelstrom Desolator. We have to see. But Deso plus Op Corrosion is very strong together. It's -9 armor on any target you slide. Especially together with Ricky and Bristle. Like, you amplify the damage by so much.
And you just run at them.
Yeah. That's the entire point of the draft, right? You want to run at them.
Chalice just poking away at the Wraith King a little bit. Just find the Oracle, and they have the Fire Snap Cookie. Fortune's Ends himself, Tricks of the Trade, gets first blood for Felix.
First blood.
They do grab themselves the kill. Meanwhile, Xiaoma over bottom, he gets really low. So the Ricky lane kind of works, I guess.
Yeah, not bad so far. Man, Sleight of Fist spam is so much damage. Oh, X-No was in trouble. Got Brain Sap. No, he didn't stick off Brain Sap or anything.
Oh. So he never even goes to the Brain Sap, doesn't use the 10 charges on the stick, and just ends up dying there.
He did not expect that burst damage. Must have been.
Could TP
Double
the Bane
rule.
over mid and get the bottle refill, but they are going to send the Bane over, and
one Brain Sap is
Xiaoma- Oh, Brain Sap surviving with 17 health.
Yeah, use the stick just in time. How is mid lane doing? Someone is doing just fine. Yeah, very even. Has to be careful he doesn't get run down in level 6 though.
That being said, when he hits level 6, and if they have the control, he could start to get those stacks up. The lockdown isn't exactly amazing, though, here for RNG. They do have Fiend's Grip at some point. They will have the Fire Snap Cookie, but they might struggle to find their lockdown openings.
Yeah, I mean, they also got the Ember Root, which isn't like terrible. But yeah, definitely not the most CC in their lineup.
It should be easy to hit the cookie, though, when you do have that Blink Strike. Getting that 100% slow, it gives you the opportunity to set with that, right? So you can get the slow, they can't really move anywhere. You follow that up with a cookie, almost guarantees that you've got that 1-2 punch.
Yeah, but the slow you gotta remember is very slow on lower levels. Very low, the duration.
Yeah.
When you go next M, you gotta be careful though that you don't die here instead.
Yeah, Somnus is taking a lot of damage. He'll... Oh, XM will pop that wand and turn this on Felix, who just gives up the free kill to XM. That doesn't feel that great. Now they're going to go after X Nova. They've got the Fortune's End, Brain Sap. There's the stun. Somnus now thinking about moving forward. He has a double damage, and he'll get the kill there onto one. Now looking over onto Xiaoma. It's a double kill. And
Yeah.
Somnus, I was thinking maybe he wanted to go for more and go for XM.
Yeah, Somnus really wished he picked up a level of Goo earlier here. I always pick up Goo no matter what, at least at level 4. It's just so value. And the Lash there would have died as well. If he had that a little bit earlier. But how it turns out, they get, what, 2 support kills? For 2 support kills is a trade, right?
It's a trade, but a lot of that gold goes straight into Somnus, and all the experience goes to Somnus as well, instead of where XM, he split it 3 ways.
Yeah, so he's like about a level behind now. And Bristol is almost into his hood already now.
Erica?
And leaves Wraith King alone too.
Yeah, it kind of does. Nightmare, Searing Chains. They have Xiaoma coming over, both supports in the bottom lane. Ava needing to survive just does. I believe the heal for the Purifying Flames keeping him just ticked up enough to survive that slight. They get the kill on God King. They throw the Fortune's End. They're going to look to dive the tower. They've got the shield crash. Brain Sap. X Nova getting low. Ava! He's going to die to the tower.
No TPs from anybody, huh? I wonder if the Ricky TP there. We would have gotten a lot of experience and money there.
Yeah. And immediately, just with the level 3 in the Diabolic Edict, you get that tower.
Yeah,
We've seen
it's so
different
much
builds from
damage.
Oshrax too, where they just go like 1 point in the Diabolic Edict.
It's mostly when I want to dominate lane though, but against melee heroes, Edict is very strong.
Remnant forward. Good for Erica. Erica is holding on to that reincarnation point. Throws it in, and now let's see if he can survive for the second time. A little bit of help there from the Centaur, but they've got the Rolling Thunder, the Wraithfire Blast all out on the Chalice. They get the reincarnation, but it will cost them 2 heroes. Does open up the map a little bit for Somnus, but is that really worth it?
Yeah, good question.
XM.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's hit with one stack of the viscous nasal goo.
I am not digging the carry ember so far. Maybe soon. Looks a little lackluster, not gonna lie.
Which part?
I mean,
Dire's courier
he lost his tower like pretty much instantly. He didn't really win the lane all that hard. And
Easy kill there
Somnus
for
just killed
Somnus.
people. Yeah.
Oh, and a stack to take.
Oh, that's big. You can't give that up, but I think you have no choice.
Arcane Ring, too. That's a good pickup for Somnus.
Yeah, the bonus armor is very nice as well. Oh, I think
And the
you want to
Fairies
pick
Trinket. You might want
Yeah.
that more.
I get all that cool bonus damage. How strong is Bristleback in these kind of games, though? Because he's gonna go into Deso as well as Silver Edge on a Wraith King at some point. I guess we'll have to wait and see how much impact he can have. What item ability even goes for.
Radiant's middle
XM
tower
setting up for the tower, the Diabolic Edict. They have the glyph, so they'll use it. Slight comes out from God King, and they're going to TP in Somnus.
Hey, XM, you're in trouble.
Now they've got
You don't have Oracle
XM
ult.
spotted, and they are going to get this kill if they're not too careful. Oracle, nothing he can do. He doesn't have a false promise. He's only level 5, and now they're going to blink strike and look for more. They have the disarm, but the Remnant forward. God King looking to get this kill out onto the Oracle. He does have level 6, but he's not going to have a chance to use the false promise. They get 2 kills there, trying to get a tier 1 tower in the mid lane, and they put just about no damage onto it after that onslaught.
You think there was perhaps some miscommunication? Because it looked like Leshak was expecting a false promise, but he wasn't.
He
6
backed
yet.
up in that way, yeah. He backed up in the way where it looked like he was expecting it.
Yeah, but it never happened because it's now 6.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under
Well,
attack.
that's a big loss, but at least Wraith King was still farming throughout all of this.
Side of his Searing Chains, XM, he just died. And they've got the Remnant, they
Dead
have the
again.
Kisses, and he's dead once more. Rolling Thunder is just not going to be in time. They've got Jama moving up on Felix. Felix, he's already used the Mortimer's Kisses. He got the kill. They look over, and now they've got the Side of his Searing Chains. The time lapse just in time to save Jama. But Felix, he
Does it
ends
save
up
him, though?
dead. They'll lose the Weaver. Ava, he's trying to get behind the tower. Instead, they'll focus their attention onto the Oracle. They've got the Blink Strike. They have the Fortune's End. The False Promise is, well, forced out already, and it's only on the Oracle. It's a decent cooldown to get out. 115 seconds on it. And while Somnus doesn't really care about your false promises get broken. And just like that promise being broken, so is Ava as he gets taken out by Somnus for the double kill. They have run down these heroes and lost nothing but Felix on RNG.
Yeah, now the Fuser Blade is up as well, and all these snowball items are slowly trickling in, making it even easier to die for these kills. They really gotta make sure that Vici that they play together as a unit. Like Wraith King TP'd into that fight, but like super late after it was over already, pretty much.
Dire's top tower
They
is
probably
under
needed him there
attack.
just a little bit earlier.
Radiant's bottom tower
By the way, it is
under
Deso
attack.
next for God King. And it's going to be Eternal Shroud for Bristle.
Oh, so he's going for the magic build. Or at least one part
He's
of it.
going, yeah, he's going survivability, I would assume, right?
Dire's top
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
And then we'll see whether he branches out to more physical or if he wants to stick with the spell amp route. He's really farmed on Bristol.
Chalice not hit by that dust.
No
Fortune's End comes
smoke
out,
screen yet.
Ex-Nova coming over. He does have the Nightmare, and now they're going to Blink Strike looking over at the Oracle. Oracle doesn't have the False Promise. They have the Rolling Thunder going over, but the tricks of the trade, and now another Blink Strike. Chalice gets the kill on the Oracle. Just running down these supports.
Yeah, even though they're killing a lot, they're not farming a lot, RNG. So it's not like VG is falling super far behind or anything.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wraith
I
King is still
guess
very
not.
farmed, and so is the Lash, even though he died twice.
Dire's top tower is
Double
under
damage.
attack.
This tower should go down. silence, and now Somnus coming over. Weaver's just kind of standing still, and eventually does die to Chalice. Chalice is starting to become a bit of a nuisance. He's got that diffusal blaze going into the Manta next, so it's the same build as a safe lane. Ricky.
Yeah, I think there's only pretty much one build that they can go for, which is the diffusal into Manta.
I think they get this
maybe
kill here
BKB.
onto the Oracle. I don't know if there's a way out of this one. They've got the diffusal, they have the lockdown, and now the tricks of the trade with the scatter blast. It's an easy kill to get. And like I said, not only do they have the slow coming in from the blink strike, but now they also have diffusal blade that is inhibiting them for 4 seconds.
Yeah, and this is what we spoke about, right? If he has this like minute 12, 13 diffusal, it's very strong. And just running at them, because none of them have an answer to it yet. Literally no hero. I guess Leshak is a Euro Scepter.
But Lesh might be in trouble because they've got X-Nova ready to throw down a Fiend's Grip. The problem is Erica's coming over, and so is Ava. They're looking for the dust, and Chalice eventually does get hit by it. Although it doesn't really matter. He walks away into the rest of his team, and Vici, I'm not really certain that they can look to fight into this. They've got a sentry down. Chalice isn't exactly free to do whatever he wants. They've got the damage coming out onto Somnus. Somnus needs to run. He ends up dead. XM will fall. They also got Victoria. They've got the silence down onto this Wraith King. Wraith King trying to survive the kill of Chalice with the help of Ava. I don't know if they were expecting Chalice to just get blown up like that from this swashbuckle. But now they pop the reincarnation. God King Spirit Vessel on him, and he's trying to walk away, but the right click comes in from Erica. The Spirit Vessel from Ava is doing work. It helped them kill all 3 cores on the side of RNG.
Yeah, and this is the problem if you don't go for an early BKB on Bristol, but you go for this Shroud. If there is a vessel, you can die so easily, and every death of Bristleback like that hurts us so much more, because the next time you're going to be even squishier.
Right.
Because every death zone on Wraith King.
He was
very rich.
Really hitting him hard.
Oh, they're looking for a Wraith King kill here.
Doesn't have reincarnation. They've got the silence, the Fortune's End. False Promise is available, so they can't really commit to that.
Yeah. Even so, he's still very tanky, even without Oracle in the vicinity.
Weaver on the high ground, Dust gets used, XM coming over. And, well, XM, he's got the Yules, they have the control on X-Nova. They get the kill there, the swashbuckle hits. I think Vici at this point have kind of taken over the game after a fight that went really well for them against RNG, where maybe they feel a little bit scared about fully committing again.
Yeah, certainly possible. Now a 3-man smoke as well. They're heading towards top, but Riki unsmokes them. They're still getting caught though.
And Somnus has that Spirit Vessel. Ooh, Ava getting caught in a weird spot with that Rolling Thunder. They're going to time lapse, and they've got the Yules. They'll land the stun. They'll get the kill on the God King. There's no way for him to really leave. They've got the False Promise. That ends up saving this Pangolier. Will shield crash down onto Somnus as well as Chalice. Spirit Vessel once again. They've got the Sleep Out on Ajalma. The Fire Snap Cookie. That'll get the control with the Scatter Blast. They get the kill on Ajalma. They're going to buy back here on the Ember. Felix in some trouble. Somnus stepping forward. Goes after XM. They'll get the kill there. Out onto the Leshrac and take out Erica. His reincarnation was up in 2 seconds. And they will go for Roche.
Yeah, despite being pretty low HP, should be very easy. Versus one of the best Roche takers in the game. And they have, do they have the Desolator yet? No. But I don't need it. The Vicious Nasal Goo is way enough. It's not vicious, it's viscous.
Yeah, Viscous.
Yeah, it's not vicious.
Bounty.
Although,
Radiant's middle
it
tower
kind of is.
under attack.
Amazing what
Viscous
you
is
found,
a like the fluid, viscousy fluid. I mean, it's the way like your nasal fluid would be described as viscousy.
Yeah, I know. But if you look at the goo, it is kind of vicious. It should
Chalice
be
getting
vicious, viscous goo.
It's a mouthful.
Vicious, viscal nasal goo.
Vicious, viscous nasal goo. Yeah, I do it.
Yeah, that's like a tongue breaker right there.
for you. Deso finished off here for God King. Chalice, by the way, he does have the diffuser like we said, he was going for the Manta, but his farm has been a little bit slower in the last few minutes.
Yeah,
actually,
Bristol's rich though.
Yeah, you've got Bristle, who's rich. He's got an Aegis. He's going into the BKB.
Yeah, there's a God King's kind of playing a supporting role right now. Yo guys, I'm gonna apply all the minus armor. You do the rest.
They need to find some survivability. Snapfire also going for the early shard after the Force Staff. And Felix is going to have the goal to get this pretty quickly. He's so farmed, almost as farmed as Abba.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Huh.
Wow, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
And now he's got it. So he's got the 3 bracers that are going to double soon. And then he's got the Arcane Ring, has the shard, and a Force Staff.
Yep, very survivable. Wait, so Ricky... Yeah, I'm just a little worried that Ricky and Ember aren't farming a little more.
And they need a little bit more from God King. He's going into the BKB, and that might make him feel a little bit more comfortable in these fights. They only have 1 vessel charge left if they can't rejuvenate it. And now they've got the Blink on Ava, so the Rolling Thunder with the Blink might make this a bit more difficult for RNG in these fights. But once they get this BKB, which they do finally have on Somnus, he might feel comfortable fighting forward. And he's standing very far forward. He does have this Aegis. He is allowed to play that aggressively.
Invisibility.
Certainly is. And now they don't really have an answer to the Bristleback anymore. Not during his BKB duration, at least. I think they got to kite that. And yeah, straight into the Axe for the Bristol. It's one of the... It's probably like an S tier Axe upgrade, honestly. It's so good.
And the viscous nasal goo becomes even more viscousy.
Yeah, it literally just applies to everybody in the area. It's very
Becomes
viscous.
vicious.
Vicious, viscous, nasal goo. Hairball. Like, just thinking about it's kind of disgusting, honestly.
Yeah, you've definitely had your cat have a hairball. It's gross. Erica? He wants Silver Edge. He also wants Somnus, but again, he's got an Aegis.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
There's
really
no
need to be that
Silver Edge
scared.
Whoa!
Silence out, and here goes Somnus. They've got the stun. Ava thinking about the Rolling Thunder. Now he's going to go with it. He's got the Blink Dagger. That's going to bounce him back. He gets hit by the Fiend Strip, so now they've got the damage to get the kill on Ava. He's just dead. They don't have anything more to go with that, and the Fire Snap cookie lands right on top of him.
There's no
Victoria to get
buyback.
the kill. And they don't have buyback on either of those heroes. And they still have Somnus with this Aegis for another minute. This could just be a set of racks down top.
They have Desu and Op Corrosion. Super much minus armor. There's one rack spawn already.
Yeah.
Just like that, folks. That's why taking team fights after the building is gone is a very risky decision a lot of times. They had no objective there. The tower's gone already. And they died for nothing. And then they lost even more.
Yeah, so now they're down 6k, and a Fiend's Grip perfectly used there as X-Nova was in the trees. The aggression was on Somnus, but X-Nova gets left to do what he does best and just use a Fiend's Grip. The lockdown.
Yeah. Which is why Bane is such a good hero. Oracle was not in range to really cancel it or...
XM's stepping up.
He's okay.
I would expect he's got help, and he does with them over in the triangle, but maybe playing a bit over zealously or over ambitiously.
Over viscousy.
Over vicious, viscous nasal goo. Ags in 2,000 gold here for Somnus. Chalice, by the way, still wants the Manta, has the Yasha, finds a Vambrace, which he'll hand over to the Bristleback. X-Nova getting caught. They've got the Nightmare, and Yule's up into the air looking for the stun to land it, and a big right click from Erica.
The classic, the one tap.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's become a little bit of a Wraith King special, hasn't it?
Yes.
Also gets his first 2 damage on the Deso. Just 3 more and he's back to the old value.
Perfect. BKB for Ember finished in 1500 gold.
It's
A kill on
still
X
wild.
Nova got them 2k gold almost, or at least the farming afterwards did.
Yeah. Without Bane, the map control is suddenly not that easy.
Death's bounty.
Silver Edge could potentially bring Vici back into the game if they play it right. Somnus off the Ags and going into the AC.
Oh, he's gotta be careful.
Oh,
They have a sentry
God
down there.
King?
The damage!
I say God King, but Jalma taking a lot of damage from God King. And now he's got 4 on the Deso.
Yeah, that right click damage with Deso and Orb is a little bit ridiculous. Just a little.
They almost have
How's
the
Somnus
BKB
looking?
on God King. Yeah, Somnus almost has the AC. He just needs the Hyperstone.
Yeah, more
Dire's
minus
middle
armor,
tower is under attack.
more survivability.
Is Felix going Blink Dagger next? No, he's actually going to the Boots of Bearing.
I like it. You're running them down like that.
Dire's middle
Should
tower
be very strong.
has fallen.
So he'll have the drums. Now he just needs another 500 gold to get the extra recipe. Ooh, X-Nova
A true nightmare.
ends up being an assist, so it's only a +1 on the Desolator. Now they're going to find themselves Victoria. Chalice coming over. They've got the Yules as the sentry is down. They're trying to get the kill here onto the Ricky to make sure that the silence isn't out. Wraithfire blast on the right click. Erica gets the kill. Somnus in a little bit too far. They've got the jump in from Felix with the Fire Snap Cookie, but Erica with another kill, ripping through these heroes. They haven't found anything yet from RNG. They've already lost 3, make it a 4th. They kill off Somnus. Erica with a triple kill, and the Deso now at 10, and Erica now at 7, 1, and 4.
Remember what we spoke about? You make one mistake and suddenly the game feels really hard. This is what just happened.
Yeah, they gave the Silver Edge, they gave a lot of gold over to Vici, and the game is back to even.
Pretty much back to even. Yeah, X-Nova has to be careful. Like, his positioning twice now really brought Vici back into the game. And like, probably if you analyze how X-Nova plays, you know that he's in the trees a lot, right? They just randomly check there, easy kill. It's now also the 18 for the Wraith King, which he always wants for that reincarnation cooldown. Rogue to respawn in 5, 3, 2, 1. No bristle though. So you can't go at it straight away, you gotta wait a little bit.
Chalice is kind of moving forward, by the way, almost like kind of cocky that they just don't have the vision or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. I get Yuled. Instant taken down. He has no defensive tools is the thing. That's why often Ricky is also considered pretty weak, because if you don't have the Manta or the BKB, you're just, you know, if you get caught once by anything, you're dead.
So Chalice already has a shard. They're going to give the shard over to the Bristleback, and now he's going back for the Ags, now that he's got the AC being delivered. So he'll have the Hairball, which is on a 20-second cooldown, but does add 2 stacks of Viscous Nasal Goo and Quill Spray.
And it's only 1 goo, but 2 quills, yeah. 1 goo, 2 quills. And the thing is, if you use it like after 3 or 4 stacks are already on you, it's a huge amount of burst damage suddenly.
Yeah. One of the problems now, though, is keeping those stacks on. They've got the Lotus Orb on Lashrak, so he's got the basic Dispel, and of course you've got the help from the rest of the team.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Basic
under
Dispel
attack.
on the Fortune's End as well.
Yeah. I mean, Oracle is really like a late game support. Level 18 is when he really hits power spike. And level 20 again with the cooldown reduction. You get potentially plus 15 armor for 10 seconds too with a level 15 talent. It's very, very potent in the late game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
XM a little bit alone.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Again, Lotus Orb, take those stacks off. Taking over the outpost, they could just potentially have God King TP into this or cut over towards mid. Chalice, he is gonna throw the sweeping dart, but it gets bounced off with the Lotus Orb. They've got the Fire Snap Cookie to follow it up, and ooh, he gets hit up onto the high ground. So Chalice kind of getting a benefit there from getting bounced up. They've got the BKB being popped. They've got themselves the kill out onto Victoria. That means there's no false promise.
Yeah, for 35 seconds. Can I get anything with this?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't really look like it. Well, I'm gonna take the tower. Are they gonna pressure high ground? They are. This goes fast. If God King hits it once, God King should try to move in and hit it once.
And Graph goes up and down once again. Sleight of Fist coming through. Viscous Nasal Goo gets bounced off, and now you've got the Lotus Orb doing a lot, but they've got the Silence coming out. Them taking a lot of damage, and Somnus trying to move forward. He does have that Aegis to work with. They've got the time lapse being used by Jauma. Erica now looks over at Somnus to throw the stun out. Somnus still surviving. They've taken the tier 3 over bottom. They'll throw a dust their way. It doesn't land, though, onto the Weaver. The back door kicks in and then kicks off.
What was that ridiculous
And
damage?
They will get the damage out onto these racks and take the bottom set now.
Dude, XM has 29 armor at that time. He just died like nothing. Like butter.
A lot of damage.
Like if he had no
coming out
armor
real
items,
quick.
I would be like, alright. But he has a lot of armor. Oh,
And
Erica
so-
wants to do a sneaky one.
God King has 8 stacks. You get 1 for an assist, 2 for a kill. It's that extra damage, so it's 8 extra damage at the moment. We go into the fight. We take a look over as they have found the Weaver. They've got the dust. They have the sweep for the sweeping dart, forcing the false promise. That's false promise used on the Weaver, which means you won't have it for the cores when they try to defend this high ground in the tier 3.
You're gonna go in fast. And then we'll get Mega here.
And these towers are going to go quick. They've got the Fire Snap Cookie. They have the lockdown. They'll get the kill onto Erica. Erica now having reincarnation on
the
cooldown
grip
for
again.
60 seconds. They look over the Fiend's Grips out onto Abba. They get the kill onto the Fangolier. The gem drop on the deck. Somnus loses his Aegis. But it's not going to matter when you lose XM. The Leshrac ends up dead for 64 seconds. The Sleight of Fist Searing Chains coming through on both the supports here on the side of Vici. They call GG, and RNG will secure game number 1.
Yeah, okay. Well, I really gotta admit, I don't know how the Leshrac just died there in like 3 hits. Bristleback recently got a buff, I think. It went up to 10 charges, right? Or 10 stacks of the Warpath. Yeah, so Warpath
so hard.
level 18 is literally just plus 350 damage.
Yep.
It is absolutely insane. And with the talent, it's closer to like 600 plus damage. So, yeah, right-click Bristleback is a pretty damn strong hero. I actually like the draft.